Oh, kids. Oh, kidlets. Kids and kidlets. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Have my afternoon coffee. What we're going to do is daytime stay live. Your soap chat in the afternoon. Your soap chat in the afternoon. And I need a theme song. I'll have to write that. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Get my voice together. A lot of windiness happening in Los Angeles. Yes, lots of wind. Guys, I got a message. I don't know who this. Oh, okay. Not me. Okay. Email. Hello, everybody. So yes, I feel like a little dark today. I'm a little dark. It's light outside. Why am I dark? My hair is crazy right now too. Phone's on silent. Let's move this over a little bit. I want to look at the camera. I feel like I'm not looking at the camera. I gotta center myself. See, all these things I gotta do just so I can like say hello to you people, you guys out there. I'm taking my hair to some kind of, maybe put a ponytail. Hi, everybody. It's daytime today. Yes, daytime today. I'm here. Okay, so we're talking couples with no chemistry. I just finished watching, and I hate to do this. I really do. But I have to speak the truth. This is soap chat in the afternoon. I gotta speak the truth. I just finished watching Bold and Beautiful this week. There's a couple on there that has no chemistry to me, has zero chemistry, and they're pushing them on us. And it's funny because just like my whole gripe about Peter on General Hospital, Peter had zero chemistry with anybody. I didn't feel chemistry with anybody with him. Chemistry cannot be taught. Chemistry cannot be bought. Chemistry is just what it is, right? It's just, it is. It's just, chemistry is. I have certain co-hosts that I work with that we have a natural chemistry. Other co-hosts, I thought we'd have chemistry. Nothing at all. You can try, you can do things, but sometimes you just can't help it. It just is what it is. You know, and a lot of times it's not like the actor's fault or the writer's fault. Again, it just is. And I'm looking at two individuals. Again, I'm gonna make sure I say this. I want to make sure I say this first. I'm all for portraying Black love on television. I'm Black, obviously, if you didn't know already. I'd love to have Black love on television. I love it. There is a hearty amount of Black folks on Bold and Beautiful. They had a pairing already that I felt could have been explored more. Also, I don't mind interracial romance. I come from interracial romance. I wouldn't be here if interracial folks hadn't gotten together. I think in some cases it shouldn't matter. People are people and feelings are feelings. I think it should all be portrayed. Same race, interracial, whatever combinations. I don't even mind age difference that much either. If there's chemistry, I remember on Days of Our Lives, I even told this to them. I liked Kate and Rafe. I think Rafe had zero chemistry with anybody else. I don't feel chemistry with him and Ava. I don't feel chemistry with any of these people. Galen Gehring, very handsome guy, nice guy, great actor. But I really felt it when him and Kate got together. People are like, And then when Kate was with Jake, her and Brandon Barash had chemistry. She's like grandmother. I'm like, get over yourself. She's still hot. She looks great. They had great chemistry. So I don't. So sometimes actors to me they just got it, and usually writers and producers and networks like right to it, keep it going, milk that as long as say milk, but you know what I mean. Keep it going as long as you can. Then I have a show which I'm shocked has done this. Usually they do milk things for as long as they can. You had Quarter. It was, so you had the real life actors, Rena Sofer and Lauren St. Victor, my buddy, with their characters Carter and Quinn. And unexpectedly, I think it caught everyone by surprise. The chemistry was electric. Yes, they're both hot in their own right. But when they started slowly putting them together and kind of making sure they were friends first, and they started slowly getting together, and then it built, it worked. It worked on every front, and there were so many Quarter fans out there, so many. Now, the story took a turn that I think was a little misguided, but it could have been still going. They could have still written it to keep going. But basically, they've ended that storyline. Quinn is back with Eric. All's right with the world, I guess. But it's so interesting. I think it's funny when now I always say this on this show. Maya says something. I'm about to address that also. So I knew somebody was going to. I know it's going to be you and Maya, but I knew somebody was going to say that in the chat room. I knew they were going to say that. So let me. I'm going to now address that part of this before I go further. This is very important. I address it. It's very important. I address this. One, as Amaya says, in the chat room, yes, chemistry is very subjective. You are absolutely correct. Someone could see chemistry with someone when someone else may not see it. So make sure I say that. There is that. Jennifer, Susan, Terrell, Dolores, Bridget, Latasha, hello. So yes, so it can be subjective. There are people who say, I see no chemistry between these two people, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's that. Also, writers shouldn't let people fully dictate how they write story. I've said it on the show also. It's a fine line because 10,000 people can say it like this, and 10,000 people say it like that, and 10,000 people say it like this. So which one do you write for? Someone's always going to be upset. I get that also. I do. Those two I get. Those I get. I'm one person. I understand those two things. But I would say something that I think many of us can agree sometimes. There are some couples that the majority of people like the storyline, like the chemistry. And there's a small amount who don't, and vice versa. Small who like the chemistry and then don't. So you're right. So it's very interesting because how do you handle that? I feel like there are couples that everyone, just about everybody in the world, agrees have chemistry. I'm sure everybody in the chat room could name 3 or 4 people who we would all agree on each show has definite chemistry. So there's that, right? It's almost universal. John and Marlena, Bo and Ho. There's certain just couples. I think everybody just kind of they just naturally, they naturally agree. But they have chemistry. Alan and Monica, and there's some. But there's some couples, there's some people who actually have chemistry, people can agree on, have chemistry with just about everybody. Whether you want them a certain character or not is different. I made the example that the person who played Peter had 0 chemistry with anybody. I can almost argue that I feel that Cameron Matheson, who plays Drew, has chemistry with everyone. I don't want him with everybody, but I feel like as they were chem testing him, I saw chemistry with just about everybody. Okay, I'm gonna address this to Maya's challenging me today. I love it. She's challenging me today. She's challenging me today. Okay, I'm going to define majority. Because that's a good question to go on this show. I always talk about this. Social media is not the majority. This is what I mean by majority. I want to make sure I clear it up also. It can include, but not only be social media, fan reaction at fan events. I do go to fan events. There are things that people talk about this. People I know out just in the real world that I talk to, people across the country I talk to all the time who don't watch who are non-social media, who are not. So when I say majority, I'm meaning in certain cases, usually I go across the world and usually and even on these kind of things too, people seem to all agree. I agree, Chris, that's chemistry, everybody too. So there you go. I'm going to say this, I do understand. I totally agree with you that it's not that social media is only a small piece. I'm going to a larger piece because my world is beyond social media. I talk to people outside in the real world, around the country, friends, family, and I'm saying that I have run across certain characters. You guys are making sure I speak very carefully today. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, this is good. This is a good exercise. There are people that I seem to, when I talk to just about everyone, from social media, real life, there's a fan event over here, this over here, they all seem to agree that person has chemistry. These two people have chemistry. So it's the combination. Okay, so I'll make sure I say that because yes, on this show we're very about words and everything. I want to say that. So the second portion of this is, if you're a person who feels they have no chemistry, a certain couple or a person has no chemistry, it can be hard to watch when they're made front and center. But I'm going back to the quarter thing. I want to go back to that because that was something that's very interesting. Again, it was something that happened out of nowhere. These two characters who never really, interact with each other other than to the Foresters, they came together and it was heat. The ratings were fine. They didn't go down. The ratings even went up. They didn't go down when this couple was on screen. And in my world, the majority of the folks were enjoying it. Yes, there was a fan base who did enjoy it for several reasons, which I've talked about on the show, actually. The Mandingo complex. Some people just do not like interracial couples. Some thought she was too old for him. There is a fan base that leaves that stuff. But from what I saw a lot of people who enjoyed it. It was something very different also. And it didn't hurt the show. Now, the storyline went down a turn, like I said earlier, that, that wasn't the greatest. Now, I'm not counting the storyline itself. I'm talking about this chemistry part. So now they have chosen to take this pretty woman who, Diana White is beautiful, and she's very beautiful, and put her with someone who's been with her sister. They said they chem tested her around too. I personally saw chemistry with Thomas. I saw chemistry with Zende. Even though Zoe been with Zende also, but I was like, oh, okay, I actually see it there. But they've decided to put her with full steam ahead with Carter. Carter, they had tests around. A lot of folks, not everybody, but a lot of folks were saying Carter and Katie. I saw chemistry there too. So for me, it's hard for me to watch when I don't see chemistry, even though the two actors are beautiful and hot. And again, I can see Black Love. I have no problem with that. I would love to see more of that on television. But it's hard. Now, there have been times when I have come around. I was not a Frizz fan. Frizz fans know that. On General Hospital, they hated me because I'm not a Frizz fan. I did not like Franco and Liz for the longest time. It wasn't until they changed the story slightly in the later portion of their storyline, I started to change. And I don't know if it's the way the actors portrayed it or just the way, or the writing just was different. I started to actually feel for them. So by the time he got killed, I felt bad for Liz. I said, I turned around. I did turn around. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan, but you know what? I'm a fan. I actually can see it now. And that could happen too sometimes. That could happen also. So there is that. But see, I see people in here in chat room already, people saying, we have people with chemistry with this, and chemistry with this. And so it's really interesting. If you're watching a soap opera, and again, I don't tell people how to write the shows. I just feel like I know that Heather Thomas directing right now a lot, so that's why they said they couldn't get her at the moment. So I think it's why maybe the Katie thing is not happening with Carter because she's off directing in real life. But Paris and Carter, I also look with storyline. I'm a writer. I have my own shows. I do stories too. And I always say this on this show also. There are people who I would never just mind how to write a show. You may feel like this is the right way to go, but sometimes it doesn't work when you're writing a continuing story. And people notoriously change stories, drop storylines on purpose. That happens also. Bottom line is, I don't see chemistry between Paris and Carter. I just don't see it. And it's on front and center. I don't see it at all. I just don't. I want to see it. I'm trying to see it. And because again, the actors are hot. I'm trying to see it. And I just don't see it. It just doesn't work for me. It really doesn't. I'm trying my best. I'm gonna go back and see some of the couples you're bringing up. I'm gonna bring some of the couples you're bringing up. That's what you're talking about. Let's see. Okay. We'll go back. I'll go back up to chain. I'm going back to chain. Okay. Dolores asked me, it's James at me, but why can't Y&R, Lily and Devon come together and make the enterprise huge? The new ones get bigger and bigger. Dolores, I have a whole feeling about that. I talked about that on the show already. I can't do it today. I can't do it today. I don't want them together, so I can't do it today. I talked about it once before, but I'll talk about it again another time. But I'm not a fan. Okay, Sante, I'm starting to see it a little bit. Leopard, see, that's another one of those. To me, it's too incestuous. They're so related, but I kind of see something going on there. So I kind of do. Yes, Terrell, Jackson, Sam were together at first. Didn't work, but they dropped it, right? They dropped it. Britton Austin, I'm not a fan. So I like them as friends. I don't see them together. I just don't. DC Soap Sanctuary, see, I agree with you. It feels like Paris is sleeping with an older brother. It's weird to me also. Yeah, I know the Sheila Carter thing, we about that. Luke and Laura had it, yes. But one card, see, here's the thing, Amaya, you're working it out today for you, Amaya. You are working it out to me today. You are working it out. You're like, I'm going to test James today. I'm going to do it. Okay. Now, there's some people who have chemistry with several people. That's my whole point, with several different couples. I hope, Chris Alfonso left the show. Bo stayed on, or let's say their names. Peter Eccles stayed on. They had to figure it out. I loved Bo and Carly. I thought they were a great team together. I liked Bo and Billy. I think it worked for all of them. I think it worked. I think Bo had 3 successful women couples. They're right there. So but see what what's really funny is a lot of people are saying Paris and Carter don't have chemistry. I know this is a minority. It's not the big picture. But people I'm talking to were just like, not big fans. I was all for a Zendaya Thomas Paris triangle. That's where I wanted to go. To me, it makes sense storyline wise also, with Thomas getting obsessed with another girl, the whole thing. I'm for Britt and Drew. But go back to the other thing. Marlena had a successful relationship with Roman. Left the show, they brought on John, who was Roman at first, became John. She had chemistry with him too. So Marlena had chemistry with both of them. Or I should say, Deidre Hall. So it does, it happens. It totally happens. I love it, as I'm saying, you can have multiple chemistry, multiple people. Like Bill on Bold and Beautiful. Bill and Brooke, I love them. Bill and Steffi had it, surprising enough to me. But he also had it with Katie. So I think Bill has chemistry with all 3. Maya saying she didn't see Luke and Laura. Okay. maybe I'm sure it's a majority. There is not majority. I should say there is a minority of folks who didn't agree because obviously back then there wasn't social media. It was obviously it was a huge pairing. It was a huge pairing that broke records on television. They still have the biggest daytime audience ever for a single episode. 30 million people watching their wedding. That whole storyline is very controversial anyway. So I'm not going to get into all that, but it's very controversial. Drew and Portia, yes, I saw it also. I saw it also. But yes, but Luke and Laura are something that they were put together. It was not meant to be together like that. And because remember it was Scotty and Laura. That was the original thing. But I think Laura and Kevin have chemistry. I thought I was saying Tony Geary. I thought Luke and Tracy had chemistry. It was a very different type of relationship. I wasn't a Luke and Sky fan. I wasn't a Luke and whatever fan. I like Tracy and Laura. To me, those were his two great relationships. Nikki is really good. That's a great thing too with Y&R. Nikki had chemistry with Jack, Victor, Brad. I mean, she was that Deacon. I do think Dante and Sam, they're starting to grow on me a little bit. Yeah, Jason and Jordan. But see, I like Jason and Britt. I actually like them together. I wish they were together, but I see Drew and Britt. And you guys are going so fast. Sonny and Jordan. Well, Jordan's so tall. Like, go on, the new Jordan is she's like super tall. I'm gonna go back to your comments. I like seeing all these comments. I go back up. I want to get all the comments. Thank you guys for 31 people are watching. You guys making this show is my huge hit. I'm shocked how big this show is right now. You guys are so wonderful. Okay. Yes, Sheila and Kimberly Brown and Ben Atkinson. I saw chemistry there too. I saw it in I was shocked too. Roger and Kirsten. I kind of see chemistry with them. It's fine with me. I'm not really upset with it. Ridge and Brooke, Taylor and Ridge. That's a whole other thing too, right? Let's see. Going down the line. You like Bill, Bo and Billy. Yeah, my Bo and Billy. Maya's trying to start something. She's like, Brenda and Sonny, no chemistry, she says. Those are fighting words for a lot of people. I see people already talking about love. I'm not a huge Brenda fan, never was, but I did see chemistry between Sonny and Brenda. I did see it. I even saw it with Brenda and Jax. And a little bit with Brenda and Jason, a little bit. I did see it. I'm not a Brenda fan whatsoever, not a huge Sonny fan either, but I did see it. Rich and Shauna, well, I love me some Denise Richards, so I'm like, Denise Richards, she had chemistry. Shauna has chemistry with Bill, everybody. Well, New Jordan, I mean, it'd be kind of funny if New Jordan and Curtis get back together. Because there's that secret out there. And then Portia and Drew grow close, and Drew and Curtis are good friends. That's how you write that. Chase, Brooklyn, and her Blazers. Yes, we love them. We do. We do. Love them. Yes. And her Blazers. Poor homegirl. And them Blazers. Like, come on, girl. Let's just dress her in something else. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Come on. So we'll see. You guys are writing fast. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it. Writing fast. Okay, let's see. I like these couples. I love it. This is great. I love you guys. Just tell you, we're talking about it, kids. We're talking about it. This is what we do. Let's see. Victor and Brando's mom and Gladys. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yes, Scotty and Liesel. People are saying Austin and Terry. Okay, I to be very honest, I never even looked at them together. I never even thought about them together. I like her and Chet, but see, once again, Valentine's Day was a month ago, basically, kids. Valentine's Day was a month ago. Have we seen Terry or Chet? That was just a plot point. We're not gonna see them again. Nah, anytime soon. And that's a problem. Luke and Holly, yes. Robert and Holly. People are talking about Robert and Anna right now. See, I'm not a. I'm. A, I was. See, I was a. I wasn't a. Here's what's funny. This is for you, Amaya. I'm talking speaking strictly to you. So I wasn't a Finn Anna person. Wasn't at all. At first. Then Finn got with Elizabeth. And now I actually feel like I see more chemistry with Finn and Anna again. I actually see the chemistry. I actually see the chemistry. I was like, oh. And then he got Anna and Robert have long time history. I see chemistry there, of course. Even though I see Robert and Olivia, they have chemistry. The story. Meanwhile, on this other side, I do like the Anna Valentine chemistry. I do like that. You know, I mean that's it's funny. Again, I was won over with the Anna and Finn stuff. Them being friends and being kind of close, I love it. I know, Dolores, I can see what you're saying. They said Robert and Anna have fun chemistry and romantic, but I can see them being romantic. I can see it being fun and then rekindling something from like a long time ago, possibly. Oh yeah, Liv and Caleb, all of the Michael Lisa and Kelly Monica. They didn't. Michael Lisa's played so many characters on the show. Yes, they did use Terry for a quota. I told them, Maya, I'm agreeing with you on that one. They trot her out a couple episodes and then put her back in the box somewhere. Sheila and Thomas. Oh my goodness. I see chemistry with Ned and Olivia. The problem is they don't write it enough. I think it goes back to the writing. If they don't write to it, then it's sometimes hard to see it. Jack and Phyllis, yes. Jack and Phyllis, yes. Phyllis and Nick, yes. Even Phyllis and Adam had chemistry. Sonny and Nina, controversial. Come on, Sarah. Yes, that's very controversial to say that. I like Sonny and Nina. I do. She's cuckoo crazy. Why go for it? Why not? Folks, he's a mobster. That means he's killed people in his life. He shot his own son when he didn't know his own son. He's not a good person. He's trying to tell us how good a great person he is. I like the storyline. She's made mistakes. He's made mistakes. Everybody's made mistakes. Carly is no saint whatsoever either. I really, really like this Sonny Nina pairing. I was not a fan of Nixon Falls, but it has changed Sonny. And I like the fact that he's torn to this Mike Sonny persona. And I'm just like, it's totally working for me. It is totally working for me. I'm in. I'm totally in. I'm totally in. You know, Will, okay, now talking about the gay thing, Will and Sonny. Freddie Smith, he's a real estate agent in Florida. He's on a good old time, living his life like it's golden. He's doing fine down there. I love Zach Tinker. I think he's great. Loved him also on YNR. Yeah, and him and my buddy Chandler Massey, they're great together. You want Marshall and Stella? I'm not a fan of Marshall, so and here's the thing. YNR has an embarrassment of riches. Because they have my girl Brittany Sarpy, they have my guy Brighton James, they have Misha Morgan, they have my buddy Sean Dominic. They have some great characters. They kept switching around. And they're all hot, of course, all things. So I got that there. Alexis and Harmony. I think they're going there too, DC Soap Sanctuary. I think they're going there. And I think they're going there. Let me tell you, because I liked Marshall with Epiphany. That's the only time I liked him, was with her. He kept pushing the old doctor thing. But they haven't been on for a month either. That's gone. But I was going to say, somebody else said something in there. Yeah, Alexis and Harmony. I wanted Alexis and Sean. And why couldn't it give us a triangle, possibly, where she's torn? Where she is torn between man and a woman, but not really by the gender, but just more about that she has closest to either. And Shannon Ray don't do it for me either. Lo siento. Oh, you're sorry. I speak Spanish. I'm half Puerto Rican. I get it. I don't either. Ray, I think Ray and Chelsea have chemistry. I know some folks don't agree. I'm sure some folks don't agree. It's fun with Delani and Elena because they both are in real life together. Somebody who grew up and talking about Lily and Devon have chemistry. Stop it. They were raised as brother and sister. No matter if they're not blood related. We're not going. I don't see the chemistry between them. That's gross. I'm not going there. I want to look. I'm look. I want to see who wrote that. I want to see who wrote that. I saw it passed my page so fast. I'm like, DC Soap Sanctuary, stop it. Stop it. We're not saying that. It's gross. I have not watched GH yet today. I've only watched Bold and Beautiful. So I'm caught on Bold and Beautiful today. I'm caught on GH as of yesterday, which I came on here yesterday and talked about that. When I'm done with you guys, I'll be watching some General Hospital. I'll get that up. And then and I'll start my I haven't watched any YR yet this week. I gotta start that. That's next. I was recording shows today, so I didn't watch those. I'll get back to me. Good. I'm busy creating. That's Jeremy. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. You, Jeremy, stop it. You too. There's no chemistry between Stephanie and Thomas. They're brother and sister. Stop it. You guys are, what in the flowers in the attic is going on over here? What's going on over here? Flowers in the attic? Crap. We're not doing that. Okay, now you know DC Soap Sanctuary. Now you're really trying to start messing. Them Screen of fans will kick your ass. No, there is chemistry between them. I'm sorry. I do see chemistry. I do. The new girl will be interesting to see if she has it. Did you see Victoria Rowell? Yeah, she had chemistry both Kristoff and Shamar. Oh, and rest in peace to Kristoff. We may he must be. And Tessa Mariah. Taraya, it works. It totally works. It totally works. And I might answer your question. They can always redeem Chelsea in many ways. If they know he's semi-ruined, they can always bring her back. That's when they write it correctly and with the love of a good man, all that stuff. It works. And Brooke, yeah, Brooke said, spoiler alert, we're gonna watch today's. Brooke says she's letting go. Yes, Allison Sweeney and Ari Zucker both have great chemistry with all their leading men. I agree with that also. They do. So it's just like that. It does. There are some instances where it does work. But again, I go back to watching a storyline, especially on a show that is only half an hour. Krista Gary, stop it. I read all the books, so stop it. I didn't watch all the movies that were on Lifetime. Stop it. Watching a storyline where it's on 3 out of 5 times a day. And stop it, you guys. I'm not going to go there, you guys. Stop it. They don't have chemistry. That's gross. There's no chemistry. Yeah, brother-sister chemistry. I'm not letting that in. Not today, Satan. Letting that in. Watching a storyline where it's only a half hour long, or should we say 20 minutes? And I mentioned Curtis earlier, Leopardess. I did mention him earlier. And it's front and center. Having to watch it is crazy. Because you're forced, well, you can fast forward too. You can always fast forward. But you have to sit there and go, okay, they're trying to sell me on this. And that's how I felt about Peter for 5 years. They were trying to sell me on Peter. He was involved in, by the time he left, he hurt everybody. Peter had his hands in everyone's life. Now, I like a good umbrella story. You guys know that. I'm all about umbrella story. But I was like, cheese and crackers. Really? Like, it's gonna get to the point that even, oh my God, no! Johnny and Allie are twins on a show. They're brother and sister. Stop it. You guys are seriously going in some strange territory. Stop it. Maybe turn off my computer. Stop it. No, stop trying to pair the siblings. I see no chemistry. They're all fine. I did say Carter and Grace. I said on the show a couple weeks ago, I did say that. Now she's knocking on the door after her daughter had some blissful sex with Carter. Mm-hmm. See, once Grace sees those abs, that chest, those arms, she's gonna fall right into the vortex. Stop it! You guys are all trying to start with me. Stop it! I'm trying to have a nice day, enjoy my coffee. You guys are trying to start with me. I know you guys like when I rant. Don't make me rant. We're not doing sibling love. Leave alone. No incest. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh my God, I was going to talk about James Yankton is on live. So you guys got me so thrown off. And I'm just up. Oh, back to that. Peter. So watching with no chemistry, watching him be in every story, even when they had him interact with Carly, because we all know in real life they're together as a couple. Like, really? Does he have to interact with everyone? Everyone? So Dolores, my friends at Big Brother Jury Duty is what they're called. They're on YouTube. They're doing Big Brother Canada. They have to show for that. Just want you guys, so look up BB Jury Duty. They're on all social media platforms and here. Doing that. Victor and Ava. There's something going on, Krista. You're right. There's something, I'm discombobulated. There's something going on with them. I agree. There's something, they're leading to something. But I don't think it's gonna be Ava like falling in love with Victor like that. But it's gonna be something's going on. See, DT. So no, Nick Victoria. There's no chemistry. We're not gonna go there either. Stop it. No. Boo. No. No. DC something's right. You loved Peter. I guess somebody had to. I guess somebody had to like him. I didn't. I didn't. I think in other hands, the character could have been better. That's just me. I know RJ. Well, in real life, my buddy Anthony Chappelle is on Love, Simon, which is a hit series. They do. I think Crystal and Torski have some chemistry. Oh my God, you guys. Seriously, as my grandmother used to say all the time, seriously, you guys want me to turn off my TV, don't you? I refuse to see it. I refuse. No. But Leo Leopard is supposed to be mentioning Curtis. Curtis. Everyone knows hashtag John L, because I'm a big John L Turner fan. He's my buddy. Known him for years. I think he's hot, but everybody he's hot. So, I mean, he's hot. He has chemistry with everybody. He's hot. Bye. Oh, wait. Like, bye. What's going on? My goodness, you guys. Well, actually, it's so funny DC Soap fam. So DC Soap Sanctuary, they played lovers in a Hallmark movie. I believe it was Hallmark, I think. They actually played lovers. It's so weird. Well, Greg Vaughn is just, I know him. He is sex on a stick. He is sexy on a stick. He is hot as F. He's so nice and smooth and gracious And when he talks to you, you feel like he's talking to you. Over the years, every time I see him, I'm just like, I'm in love with you all over again. Okay, Dolores, Curtis has been. He sang to me once, "Happy Birthday" for the Emmys. I couldn't make it, so I was like, "Curtis is my man. I will fight you for him, Dolores L. I will fight you for him." I'm right. They did actually. Did you see some things right? They actually did. They played. It was like this weird. They played this couple on I think it was either a Lifetime or Hallmark movie. If somebody in the chat room knows what it is, people in the chat know everything. So if they can tell you what it is, they can tell you where to watch it. Chartreuse, that's very true. They do that. I didn't know Emilio Delgado died. I didn't know. So my first hearing about it, Sesame Street. Okay, so this is daytime soap talk. So chat. So Sesame Street debuted the year I was born, 1969. I'm as old as Sesame Street, which is kind of a funny thought. I was much more of an Electric Company fan because I was such a music person. Even at a very young age, I responded to music. Electric Company had Rita Moreno and Morgan Freeman, and they had the two black people in silhouette going at bat and all that stuff. It was so much fun. But Sesame Street was very New York. My mother's from New York, and I used to go to New York all the time. So it reminded me of a New York neighborhood. And actually between the two of them, between Sesame Street, Electric Company, Zoom, I know I'm thinking of another one. Oh my God, with Romper Room with Marianne, I See Jamie and Amaya and Krista. Those four shows helped shape my early preschool life. They're some of my earliest memories. Are those shows. And Sesame Street tackled subjects that were very timely. Electric Company tackled subjects that showed us diversity. All those shows that showed diversity. I was saying to your husband, well, how young are you, Krista? Like, you're 25? What's going on? Well, you said that. And those shows, back then, we didn't have social media, we didn't have computers, we didn't have any of this stuff. It was very much, this is what I watched. We went outside and played. We're gonna zoom, 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 zoom. We're gonna zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, I know what, Johnny. Yes, I knew all those. I used to watch 3-2-1 Contact with the Bloodhound Gang. I mean, it was like literally those shows are daytime and morning and daytime shows are part of history, and Sesame Street is history. And so rest in peace to him and to his family and to the Sesame Street family. It's tough. It's part of, it's growing up. I miss that stuff. It was a simpler time. It was. It's like you were learning something at the same time. I remember Saturday morning cartoons and all the junction, what's your function? All those little songs that taught me about I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol. Like I learned all that stuff. I'm 100 years old right now, and I remember all of those jingles and sayings, and they were all meant to be, it was all pre-Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow came later. That's not my generation, that's my else's generation. But that was yes, Ricardo, you learned science. You learned science. And the Bloodhound Gang was diverse. It had a black girl on the show. It was diverse. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful thing. The Reel's getting canceled. Okay, I haven't watched The Reel in 100 years, so I'm a fan of. Here's what's funny about The Reel. I'll do. You guys got me switch all over the place. Okay, Amanda Seales was on The Reel for like a season, and I didn't like her on the show, but since then I'm a huge fan of hers. Amanda Seales, you follow her on social media. She is speaking her truth, and she don't give a shit. And I get inspiration from her all the time. I'm like, you know what? I am down for her. Lonnie Love, I've always been a fan of Lonnie Love. I like her and her comedy and stuff, so she'll be just fine. I know I'm friends with Taj Mowry. I have met the other girls, but I'm a big friend of his. They'll be just fine. They're gonna land on their own somewhere. The other girls, I know of them, but I'm not a huge fan. I don't really. I was not a real fan. So look at those. Thomas and Sheila next. Oh my God, it's funny. But yes, so preamble and song. Yes, these things were. I hate to sound like that person. I grew up in the golden age, but I mean, it was a time where it's been proven that the arts. I'm gonna get serious for a second. It is proven that the arts are very important to learning. The arts can assist in learning things like English and math and sciences and history and chemistry and biology. That using tactics like that, art is it's a wonderful thing. People try to make it like art was this frivolous thing you did on the side. It's a hobby just because. But art is, and I'm clearly an example. Art is something that you can do, create, make a living off of, and grow from. I remember we had a music teacher come around with musical instruments, with art supplies. I paint. I to this day I still do. I paint. I create music. I write. These are all things from when I was a kid. And not everybody's meant to be a doctor or a lawyer or go into politics, or things. There are people who are artists. There are folks who are artists, and we have to nurture that. I know our programs are getting just cut across the country from school districts because it's just not. My grandkids went to an arts-based elementary school called Leonardo da Vinci. And so the arts program was very big there. And both my kids are all three of them are very artistic, as well as athletic, as well as academic. So I think that, I always say art is not frivolous. We're on here talking right now, right? We're talking about soap operas. We're talking about Romper Room and all this stuff, but it's all something that made us feel a certain way. This is something that we look into for escape, for guidance, for representation. That's why I come on these shows sometimes, and I really fight for representation on these shows. It may seem like nothing to some people, like who cares? But it doesn't matter. When I talked to Amanda Wong, who's the first Asian lead on When Calls the Heart on Hallmark Channel, it's a big deal. Because just having her presence shows that it's a world that can just be there for anyone. Imagine being somebody who doesn't see yourself reflected in the medium that you love. Just imagine that. Some of us can. Some of us can't imagine having to look hard to find people who look like us in certain things that we watch. Our stories, our looks, our lives are just as important as anybody else's, no matter who you are, right? If you're indigenous or Black or Hispanic or Irish or this, it doesn't matter what you are. If you are disabled, if you are able-bodied, if you are tall, short, big, small, we have to, again, I was reading, People Magazine is Lizzo's my cover, People Magazine. I love Lizzo. And she's a big girl. She's a big girl. And people want to shut her down because she's big. She's talented. She has lots of energy. She can dance on stage for 3 hours. Doesn't matter. They just because she's considered fat. They don't want her around. And she's like, no. She's like, no, not falling for it. I'm a big fat guy. I'm 6 feet, 300 pounds. I gained weight during the COVID situation. I don't care. I still have lots to say. I have lots to do. I still have plenty to contribute. I have plenty of energy, and I'm running around doing all kinds of stuff. And that's just how it is. I'm allowed to be an artist. I'm allowed to be an organizer. I'm allowed to be a host. I'm allowed to have shows. We're all allowed to have all this stuff. So I just think that people may think what we do is just like this meaningless, tired stuff, but representation matters in everything. Yes, Reading Rainbow, Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Rogers. And they all had various representations on it. They did. Even some of the crazy 70s cartoons, 70s live action Sunday morning stuff. Even though some things were monsters or creatures, they represented something. When I saw Avenue Q for the first time, they're supposed to be monsters, but you can tell what the metaphors are for, the allegory is, you know. But it's something we can all relate to. If you feel othered, you can relate to it. I know I'm losing viewers now. I see that already. When I rant, apparently that's what everybody loves it. But now I'm down to 22 people. And that's what I'm down to now. They're like, you're getting real. James, get real for a second. We don't want to see that shit. Oh, now let's go back to ranting about soap operas or whatever. But that's what. But all this, and when I come on, I was going to say it also. When I come on here, I'm telling my opinion. My opinion doesn't mean shit. Whatever it means, right? I'm here having a conversation. You guys are in the chat room talking with me. So folks at home or you watching it later. That's all. I'm talking, saying how I feel. I know a lot of these actors and stuff, and I'm talking about. I love them. They know that. They know that. And again, I will, as I start to kind of wrap this up, I will always stand by that. No one's trying to ruin your shows. There's some things just not thought about, I think. That if someone brings it up, then there you go. I agree with you, V. Carter and DC Soap Sanctuary. We need more. I don't say minority. I have dropped that word from my vocabulary. I think minority we're not minor. So I say people of color, characters need to be more involved in good leading storylines. They do. We're just as good actors as anybody else, right? And because a Black man or a Hispanic woman are the lead, it doesn't have to be a Hispanic or Black story. Gabby Hernandez, Demira, happens to be the only leading Hispanic on all the soaps, and she holds her own. Maybe they had legals at dinner time. Oh, you're being kind, Leopardess. But seriously, now we're down to 20 people. I think it's because I start talking real. They're like, bye. They're like, fuck that shit. They don't have to say it's all real. I want James to rant about no chemistry soap couples. So I'm going to end. I love you guys. This is always fun to do. You guys have really made this show a huge hit. I'm glad I rebooted it. I mean, literally was sitting dormant for like a year. And I said, I'm going to reboot it and do something. This is what I wanted to do. Oh my God, now it's 18. It's going down. My ratings are going down. My ratings are